Yo, what's up, guys? I just got PR 3x3 average 5.21 at Southern Championships 2025. Pretty happy with it. It was a pretty consistent average, actually. First four solves were all sub 5.4. I'm going to go over my solutions today. I was happy with some of them. I was not happy with other ones. And I'll kind of show you some stuff that I might have missed or, just how I approached these. All in all, I'm not too mad about it. I put it in the description of the video that this was the first PR I hadn't felt like super emotional about, and I'm not too sure why that is. Maybe 5.21 is like pretty good, but not like really, really good to where I can like be super, super happy with it, but I'm glad to break PR after a year, so let's get right into the scrambles. They'll be up top. Little note, I actually used the V11 here with standard edge magnets, and this was the first time I'd use this cube in a comp round, and it happened to be PR average, so that's pretty cool. So that's going to be using to recon today. What I saw was on yellow, there's like this block here, and it actually took me a really long time to figure out how to deal with this effectively, because you kind of want to do something where like you can't just like make this block here because now it's just misaligned. So what I had to do is figure out a way to like insert this block, but I have to solve the orange edge first, and then I also solve this X cross edge. So what I ended up doing, and I found this literally at like 12 when I put the cube down, was I executed from blue top white front, and I'm going to do DR to solve orange and green relative to each other. And then now this is where the X cross comes in. So I'm going to do U prime, and that's going to move this block out the way. And then I did wide R, and then here D2RD, D2R sets up this block, and then D builds the block R2. And then I rotated and did this pair. I just saw this whenever I was doing my X cross. And what's nice is it's actually a multi-slot. So whenever I solve blue, red, red, green comes a pair. I didn't really see that as well as I could have, but then I insert this. And then from here, if you want to solve this pair but get EO, you need to do a U2 first. So I did U2, split these up, U2, rotate, solve, and then I happen to get OLL skip, so then U prime, Y prime. I remember after the solve, I was kind of disappointed because it's like, X cross free pair, OLL skip, like only 4.8, like felt like it could have been a little bit better, but I'm happy I found the block at least because I feel like me a few months ago wouldn't have found that. So yeah, pretty happy with that. On to the second one. So here, pretty quickly, I saw something on yellow as well. White seems fine, but I didn't love any first pairs. So on yellow, there's like a one move pair here. And then what I think is weird is like the way I executed this. So you can make a pair in one move with a U, and this actually overlaps with solving this green edge. So of course, this is what I'm going to go for. But I actually execute from like yellow top. So I grab a thumb on top and I do a D, which this is the U move to make this pair. And then like F prime with that ring finger, and then wide R2 prime. And now you have to deal with this blue edge. So here I did R, D prime U, F, D. I didn't need to do this U prime here, but I was actually trying to figure out my solution and I didn't realize I did the U prime, and this actually sets up a way better continuation. So now I just insert this at the back, and now this is pretty clean. This is 7 moves, but you can cancel into this 5 mover. So here, R prime U, and then I went straight into this, R2, U2, R prime U. And then here, I did R prime, U prime, and I was looking ahead into this corner, and I actually have a pretty decent pause here, and then I actually cancel into this com. And then I get this pretty nice OLO, and then G perm, no pre or post AUF. And the G perm exec was pretty clean. Yeah, this solve also just like pretty standard, 5.0. After I got the 5.0, I was like, okay, cool, so we're on pace. I was pretty happy with like the first 2 solves, I guess. The times, not necessarily like the quality of one could have been a little bit better. Quality of this one could have been a little bit better. I like paused pretty hard on last pair, but turning was pretty good through both of these, so I can't be too mad. On to the next one. This one, objectively, I did pretty poorly. It's a 5.3, but I got bailed out pretty hard by last layer. I remember that when I was going through this, I was thinking like, okay, I see nothing, I'm just gonna turn. So what I did is I set up a 7 mover with orange green here. And so F just sets up red relative to blue. And so I did F, R2 prime, and that's the way this is like a pretty ergonomic 7 mover. And we have orange set up here, and then D prime sets these up opposite. and then L, F prime, wide R prime, R, D2, and then you have 7 mover. And then here, this is just like, I don't know, I solved this misoriented edge with U, F prime, U prime, F, U prime, R prime. And then here, I did red, green. You could do like U, F, and then this continuation is actually pretty nice. So something like this, like that, and then here you actually get, okay. But I didn't do that. So here what I did was F, U, F prime, R prime, U2R, and then I rotate, solve this pair, and then you get this nice OLL again, and then U, A perm. This A perm exec was really clean as well, but I'll show you what I should have done. I'll show you what I should have done instead on this scramble. So here what's a lot cleaner, and like what I should have very easily seen was, so you can do white, and then you can set up red, blue as first pair, but it gives you a nice multi-slot with blue, orange. So I do F, D prime, R prime, and then insert green on the left here, D2, rotate. So now this is just 7 mover into 3 mover, which is pretty good. So like this, U2, R, U, R prime. And then from here, you have a bunch of different multi-slot options. So you can do U prime and then solve this pair here, and now this is a free pair. Or you could, if you do red, green first, you can sledge and cancel into the pair like that. Both these options are pretty good, but I didn't do either of them because, of course, I didn't do that start. But I think I should have done that start because it is good, and I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, I remember going into this solve, I told myself, I'm just going to turn. Hopefully it goes well. I turned. It went somewhat well. Unfortunate that I missed some of these like better approaches though. Yeah, I don't know. I had counting 5-0, and so getting 5.3 on this solve is like pretty good. I think I just turned well. Some of the F moves like were tricky to execute, and I only had like one pretty sizable like mistake there. But yeah, last there carried pretty hard, and I turned well on that. So pretty happy with that. And then on to solve 4. Yeah, so solve 4 here, I was really happy to see a scramble like this. So we have this block on white, you know, pretty easy. And then you can just X cross this in back left. And then I saw you could do like this as a pair afterwards. So you could do B prime R, U prime, R prime F R, so that solves cross. And then D, L, U, L prime, D prime. And now this is my next pair. So U2, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now this is nice. 3 mover, 3 mover, and this is one of my favorite OLLs, and this is one of my favorite PLLs. This solve was like objectively pretty locky, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, pretty okay. I wish I didn't lock up as much. If I didn't lock up on this one as crazy, like I think this could have easily been sub 5. But is what it is. I'll show you a better solution here because looking at it now, I'm actually dumb. So the really clean solution here is you can set up red, green as a like free pair while also building this X cross. So here you could do D prime, U prime, R, and then D prime, L, D, and that builds this X cross while setting up free pair. And then now you get free pair, and then lefty OLL V perm. I mean, I didn't see that solution there. I locked onto this angle and start pretty quickly. I wish I did that solution because that one's a lot better, but yeah. I mean, I can't be too mad at the solutions. Like, there's definitely some stuff to clean up still, but overall, like, I wasn't too mad at my starts. I think 3 is objectively really bad. I think this one is also pretty bad, given that the fact, like, I should have seen that X cross into free pair. But, you know, I'm a TPS merchant, I guess, so I'll just live off that. But, yeah. And then, yeah, I'm not going to show you 7. I'm not going to show you solve 5 because it was a 7 and bad. I was looking at it again, and, like, I still don't see anything amazing here. Like, we have this block on white. Actually, wait. No, sorry. On this, I set up free pair on white. So D, R, and so this block's actually become a free pair with the orange-blue. And then D, U prime. When you solve this edge, this corner gets kicked out. L2, D, U prime. And now you solve this. And then I got really lost here. I don't know what I did from here, but yeah, I think like something like this is good. Not amazing actually, but whatever. I just got lost here. Maybe I did like that or something. But again, you know, is what it is. 5, like, I was shaky, so shaky. Like, I didn't expect myself to get anything better than WPA on that, especially because I needed to beat like 5.3. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I was pretty happy with the solutions I found. I talked to people after the round, and they didn't love the scrambles. I think the scrambles were pretty good. At least, like, the solutions I found were good. 4 was, like, amazing if I did that start, but I'm bad, so I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. PR with the skip in it, same as last time, but yeah. 501 BPA is pretty cool. Can't be too mad at it, but I don't know. Like I said, there's just the feeling of, like, meh. It's like an okay average. I wish I maybe did a little bit better or something. I don't know what else I could have done, really. I'm happy to finally break PR. But yeah, it's weird. This is my first PR that really hasn't hit me super emotionally. And yeah, I don't really know what that means. But yeah, happy to get PR. WR 14, if I recall. Yeah, WR 14, NAR 4. You know, pretty happy to finally break PR after a while, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more I can do here. But yeah, thanks guys, appreciate everything. I'm gonna try to get some more videos out. This was a pretty quick recon for me. I didn't really have much else to say besides just like what I did and some other things you could have done, but yeah, appreciate it guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.